It's no wonder that our pets become so much a part of our families and our lives. They love unconditionally, asking only that we love and care for them in return. In the last decade, healthcare for our pets has taken a new direction. Veterinarians in Europe and North America are using many of the same alternative therapies used to treat the human animal.
Alternative veterinary care incorporates several different things. It compares to conventional care in that that's all the regular medications, surgeries, x-rays, etc. But we also use other sorts of methods. For instance, acupuncture, homeopathy, chiropractic, herbs, and different kinds of nutrition. I started to think about alternative veterinary care about 2 years after I graduated, when I started to find out that I hadn't really learned the way to fix every animal that I saw in practice, and then started hearing about some of the other methods, particularly acupuncture.
Acupuncture has been used since the early 70s to treat various pet health problems. It gives balance to the animal's energy system, helping the body heal itself. Dr. Vakaroth has even used acupuncture to treat a wild owl with an injured leg.
I actually use homeopathy for some of them too, and particularly cats, because cats don't like the acupuncture quite as well. They don't like having the needles put in, but with the homeopathy, it's just something that they get a little bit of fluid in their mouth.
Chiropractic therapy is used extensively by many holistic vets in the treatment of trauma and injury, and as a therapy for older animals. Biofeedback helps diagnose dysfunction before physical symptoms appear, allowing vets to prescribe a suitable treatment before disease has a chance to turn destructive.
All sorts of people are interested in the alternative care for their pets. A lot of people who have sought that out for themselves, have been having acupuncture or going to see naturopaths or herbalists previously. But a lot of people who come, it's like a last resort.
Bailey here has suffered from severe skin allergies every summer since she was a pup. For 2 of those summers, she was on steroids, which concerned her owner.
I felt that there had to be some alternatives to steroids, which I thought are so bad for us as humans. I thought they'd be even worse for dogs. And I thought there had to be some kind of natural solution, and I certainly wanted to pursue that.
Some people are a little hesitant just because it's something new and they, don't know how it works, but I spend quite a lot of time explaining to people how things work, what they can expect, and giving them the choices.
When you say that you're getting acupuncture for your dog once a week, I think initially people respond that it's voodoo or something odd, but once they hear the whole story of how it's basically saved Bailey's life, then I think they're converted a bit more.
Alternative vets not only deal with physical problems of their pet patients, but emotional ones as well.
I actually see quite a lot of people who bring dogs in for behavior-type problems, including separation anxieties or situations where the dog tears up the house when the owner leaves. And there's something called back flowers that actually were originally designed for emotional problems with people, but we've had those help dogs and cats with some sorts of behavior-type problem.
The success of alternative therapies on animals like Bailey seem to say something to skeptics of alternative care, for humans as well as animals.
A lot of people say, well, the person goes in and just thinks it's going to work, so it's all psychosomatic. But with a pet, they don't know that you're putting needles in them to make their hips feel better. So if they, get up and walk out and they're feeling better, it's not because they're thinking that's the case, it's because it's actually happening.
Like his human counterpart, alternative vet care believes that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and the foundation to good health in our pets, as well as in ourselves, is diet.
A lot of it revolves around nutrition, making sure that they're on the proper diet, getting proper extra vitamins. Exercise is real important, and a lot of people they forget about that for themselves as well as for their pets. I actually often recommend people who have puppies to start them on vegetables and fruits right away, start giving them treats because it's fresh, natural things.
Prevention is certainly the cost-efficient key for animals as well as humans, and more veterinarians across North America are becoming certified in a complement of alternative therapies.
I probably get 5 phone calls a week from veterinarians who are either referring some of their patients for asking me questions on, well, do you think that chiropractic would help this dog, or do you think acupuncture would help this dog?
When it comes to feeding time for your pet, many vets recommend 2 smaller feedings a day rather than 1 large one. This will help in their digestion. And if possible, replace that plastic feeding dish with a ceramic one.
Basically, you take care of your dog or cat the same way you take care of yourself or your child. And if you can do that, then they'll live a good, long, happy life.
Addiction, torment for millions of people. We can be addicted to anything that makes us dependent, physically or psychologically. It can take over everything, becoming more important than life itself. Essentially, all addictions are the same. The addictive substance becomes a necessary part of the body chemistry, so that when it's not available, we suffer physical symptoms that are often very painful. Some experts believe addiction is genetic, that some of us have a predisposition to addictive behavior that can be triggered by family and social situations, the environment, even diet. Research also shows that excessive cravings could indicate an allergy for the thing we crave.
I find that asking certain people to give up foods that they're allergic to, such as wheat or milk, or corn or sugar or some other kind of foods, oftentimes these individuals have a great deal of trouble giving up these foods. They really crave them so much that they can't stop using them. So we can see that there is a definite addiction to those foods.
Many natural practitioners believe addiction is the result of imbalances in the body caused by nutritional deficiency.
When you lack the nutrients that your body needs, your nutrient goes about trying to fill that space with something. It may be searching for the nutrient that it needs, be it a vitamin, a mineral, an amino acid, or an essential fatty acid. And in its place, as kind of a substitute, it may lead you to addictions.
Cravings for alcohol, for example, increase with nutritional deficiency. At the same time, poor nutrition impairs the body's ability to protect itself from alcohol's toxic effects. It's a vicious cycle, but it can be broken. The first step in beating an addiction is to quit. The next is to deal with the withdrawal symptoms that follow.
Some of the symptoms of withdrawal can be things like dizziness, headaches, nervousness, irritability, inability to sleep, pains in various places. Some people have been known to be so fatigued that they couldn't get themselves out of bed. In some people, it can go to the extremes of things like seizures or tics, nervousness, and even unconsciousness.
A change in diet is one important way to deal with addictions and withdrawal symptoms. A high-fiber menu rich in alkaline foods such as raw fruits and vegetables helps reduce cravings for nicotine, sugar, and other substances. Foods rich in magnesium, such as figs and wheat germ, help soften withdrawal symptoms. Acid-forming foods such as meats, dairy, refined flour, processed foods, and simple sugars should be avoided because they can make withdrawal symptoms more intense.
Well, one of the main techniques you can use nutritionally to curb alcohol cravings is to watch your blood sugar. You can moderate your blood sugar through maintaining a reasonably high protein intake and staying away from starchy or sweet carbohydrates.
You can also try to make the body more alkaline by taking things like sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate will decrease the acidity that's seen in someone who's going through withdrawal reactions. And by doing that, you will also calm down a hyperactive nervous system.
For any detoxification program to work, essential fatty acid supplements are essential. The oils found in flaxseed, evening primrose, and certain fish help rebuild brain neurons and cell membranes damaged by drugs. Addiction has also been attributed to a lack of certain neurotransmitters, the body's own painkillers and mood enhancers. Amino acid supplements could be the solution.
Amino acids come from certain proteins, and they're the building block of proteins. So one can do an amino acid analysis and see what's high and low, and by substituting or by replacing the amino acid that may be deficient, this will help balance the brain chemicals, the neurotransmitters, so that the individual is less likely to want or crave particular substance.
Herbal medicine can also play a vital role in the fight against addiction, especially with regard to the liver, the organ most damaged by substance abuse. Milk thistle helps protect the liver from damage and encourages new cell growth. Echinacea, licorice root, and wild oat extract all help cleanse the blood, while chewing calamus root can help wean you off smoking.
Clinical studies with a herb called Avena sativa has shown for people who were not ready to quit and were given this herb for, I think it was a 6-month period of time, actually in the study, most of the people had quit and everybody had cut down dramatically on the amount of cigarettes they were smoking.
Acupuncture has been found to be an effective treatment for heroin, cocaine, and crack addiction, with fewer relapses following therapy. A form of ear acupuncture called auriculotherapy has been used successfully in the United States to treat addictions and obsessive behavior. It has also helped to minimize detox symptoms. In India, oats are used to treat opium addiction. Here at home, the sedative qualities of oats in porridge and muesli can help reduce the desire for tobacco. You can quit smoking and enjoy a hearty breakfast at the same time. Balance is the key to overcoming addiction. Get a good mix of fresh air, exercise, rest, and relaxation to help the body rebuild organs damaged by substance abuse. And get support from your family or friends to help you on your way.
I think the big thing though is to have a good support system, to have people there willing to help you, and for you, the patient being willing to take that help is a big thing.
And before you use any remedy we've talked about today, make sure you get advice from a qualified healthcare provider. Natural methods of healing and well-being work best when they're part of a holistic approach to every aspect of your life and lifestyle. And join us again next time for another journey together to a place beyond medicine.